Now today, my broskis, I brought something very weird with me. Something janky, minimalistic, slightly broken, and honestly not the kind of game I would normally cover on this channel. The first time I tried playing this game, the game actually broke almost immediately, and because there are approximately 7 billion other games fighting for my attention, I gave up on it straight away. But then, the developer reached out and told me he had fixed the problem. Apparently I was clicking the fire button while the game was loading, which caused everything to break. So, a tip, don't do that. There is now even a message on the loading screen telling you not to do so it shouldn't happen anymore. Now the developer also offered some money for me to make this video. So naturally I booted the game back up, started playing again, and somehow I just couldn't stop playing it. Now let me be clear, this is far from the best game that I've ever played. It is extremely janky, very simple and built in the easy FPS editor engine. You can absolutely feel that. But despite all of that, I finished the whole thing in one sitting. So what is Demon Siege? Well, my broskis, it's a tiny arena first-person shooter with roguelike upgrades, a short story mode and an endless mode if you just want to keep blasting demons. Now the story only lasts you around 40 minutes. You wake up, your mom tells you you're 6 months behind on rent, you visit your uncle's shed to grab a demonic book that a museum wants to buy from you, so you decide to read it instead, which is absolutely genius, and then you open a portal to hell. The devil, he kills your mom, and now it's time for revenge. And that is it. It's stupid, it's quirky, and honestly it fits the game tone perfectly. It's also voice acted, which is a huge plus.
Ad carnum, oculus apertus est, mundus noster vester est.
And the gameplay is equally straightforward. Each level asks you to kill around 100 demons before moving on, and as you kill enemies you gain experience, level up and choose upgrades like more health, bigger magazine, health leech, extra ammo or multi-shot. And these upgrades, they stack, so by the end of a level you're basically an unstoppable killing machine. And honestly, it's fun! This is the kind of game you play when you just want to switch your brain off for 40 minutes and become an overpowered mess. Weapon-wise, you got a pistol, a knife, kick, SMG, shotgun, grenade launcher and a flamethrower. The downside is that they don't differ enough. You can pretty much use whatever weapon you enjoy and finish the game with that one. Once the multi-shot upgrade starts stacking, even the pistol becomes ridiculously powerful. That said though, the weapons are still satisfying to use. Launching grenades into crowds, setting demons on fire never really gets old, so I mean, hell, I just wish that there were more reason to swap between the weapons. Now the demons, they also drop coins. Coins that you spend at vending machines on health, ammo or even instant level ups. And that's also where you buy the different weapons that I just mentioned. That also means that you are constantly hearing ding, level up, ding, another upgrade. I mean, it is a nice little dopamine hit, but eventually it starts interrupting the flow a bit too much. Once you're already steamrolling everything, the extra upgrades don't really matter anymore. So it kinda interrupts the flow a bit too much, honestly. Now the actual demons, the enemies themselves, they are surprisingly cool in this game. Yep, they're janky as hell, they get stuck on walls, sometimes forget how to reach you, and the AI isn't exactly winning any rewards here. But visually, they're actually really well made. They're fully modeled 3D enemies with different attacks and designs, and honestly, I'd love to see them reused in a more polished linear shooter someday, because we definitely don't see this type of 3D models in FPS engine games all that often. So overall, my broskis, yeah, this is a tiny game. It costs just 3 buckaroonies, gives you roughly 40 minutes of story plus an endless mode afterwards, which means you're not getting a huge amount of content, or you're also not paying for one. When I first booted it up, I genuinely thought, what the hell am I doing? 3 minutes later, I realized I was actually having a blast with this game, and I can't really explain why. Maybe it's the constant progression, maybe it's the ridiculous chaos, maybe it's just because sometimes simple games are exactly what you need. Sponsored or not, I'm not going to pretend Demon Siege is some hidden masterpiece. It is janky, repetitive and very simple, but for 3 buckaroonies, yeah, I can absolutely recommend it as one of those turn your brain off, blast some demons and just have a good time kinda game. And my broskis, if you want more good time first person shooters, remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Papa Slim, he will see you in the next one. Over and out.